In late March 2025, the K-pop world was rocked by a bombshell. An anonymous user calling themselves YG Leaker claimed on Discord to be a bitter ex-staffer of YG Entertainment, vowing to spill terabytes of confidential data from top idol agencies. Within hours, grainy rehearsal footage surfaced online. In one set of leaked clips, BLACKPINK members Jennie, Rosé, and Lisa can be heard repeatedly uttering the N-word during pre-debut audition videos. Outraged fans denounced the idols and their agency, and once secret videos went viral, forcing the K-pop community to ask, who is YG Leaker, and how real are these claims? Who is the YG Leaker, aka Gurumi? No one knows the person behind the screen name YG Leaker. The user insisted they are a former YG Entertainment employee who was fired and now hates the whole company. In chilling opening posts, they claimed YG was full of mobbing, racism, and sexism, blaming workplace bullying and discrimination for their vendetta. The leaker said they possess massive amounts of private data on YG artists and even rival agencies. Some posts identify the leaker as Gurumi, a notorious TikTok Telegram figure who last year claimed to leak secret BTS BLACKPINK dating photos and reportedly faced a cease and desist order. Unlike typical fan gossip accounts, this Discord user dropped full videos, not just screenshots or rumors. The server's folders were literally named for each company: YG, SM, HYBE, JYP, and others, suggesting they indeed had separate caches of files. A Sportskeeda write-up found that the leaker claimed to hold massive amounts of data: 34 terabytes from SM Entertainment, 95 terabytes from YG, 223 terabytes from JYP, 23 terabytes from HYBE, plus dozens more from Cube, Blockberry, Luna's agency, RBW, etc. In posts and tweets, the leaker even waved around an unreleased demo, an NCT 127 song titled Bad Boy that allegedly didn't make their album, to prove the stash is real. Such a monumental hoard of files raises obvious questions. How did they get it all? But the leaker insisted it came from their access as an insider. They claim to have worked at YG or another major agency until recently. In a now viral quote, YG Leaker wrote, "I'm doing all of this because I was terminated. I despise this entire company. It's riddled with workplace harassment, racism, and sexism." These are serious accusations against YG, accusations that touch on topics like trainee exploitation and alleged cover-ups that critics have whispered about for years. By invoking racism, sexism, and mobbing, K-pop jargon for senior bullying juniors, YG Leaker tapped into a deep well of fan outrage about idols' working conditions. They then escalated, "We're not just outing YG," the leaker boasted. "I have receipts on SM, HYBE, Cube, RBW, Blockberry, WM, Starship." In other words, if YG gives them cease and desist letters, as allegedly happened after the Jennie V leak, they'll move on and leak everything from JYP to HYBE. BLACKPINK's racial slur clips. The very first victims of this leak were K-pop's hottest girl group. Clips from BLACKPINK's pre-debut days, which are years old, shot at auditions or practice rooms, emerged showing Jennie, Lisa, and Rosé mouthing the N-word in cover songs. Member Jisoo was not in these particular videos. In one leaked recording, Lisa hums along to a hip-hop track and clearly sings a line with the slur. Fans immediately pounced on social media. "It's crazy. Of all the songs they could have chosen, they picked ones containing the N-word. Given their fluency in English, this had to be intentional," complained one Twitter user. Another asked why singers raised partly abroad shouldn't they have known better, noting that groupmate Jisoo, who trained entirely in Korea, had once flawlessly covered a Nicki Minaj song without incident. Naturally, fans reacted with a mix of shock, anger, and defensiveness. Many immediately denounced the idols. One furious commenter wrote, "Do we really have people defending them by saying it's the company's fault? Sure, YG could have edited it, but Jennie and Rosé must be totally held accountable. They know the weight of that word." Others pointed out that the clips were ancient, pre-debut, shared by an outsider, and might even have been manipulated. Some BLACKPINK fans rushed to the girls' defense. noted the Financial Express, claiming they never used the word intentionally. It only happened because the songs they were covering had it. A few argued the videos were so old and out of context that this uproar was unfair, or even suggested the clips could be AI fakes created to smear the group. On X, reactions split sharply. A segment of global fans were furious, outraged not just at the idols, but at YG's training practices. Others scoffed, saying the leak smelled like tabloid drama. As one viral tweet put it, "You people believing the YG leaker on Discord need to use your brain." It sounds like K-pop stan Twitter. Sportskeeda reported that many hardcore fans actually joined the Discord channel themselves just to see the leaks firsthand. In fact, the majority weren't outraged at all. They were curious. Some fans expressed anger and disappointment, the article said, but the majority joined the channel to access the data themselves. Memes with #YGLeaker and #BLACKPINK trended globally, showing everyone from silent gifs to split meme caricatures of idols. Meanwhile, others were arguing over bigger issues. Is this even real data or an elaborate hoax? The BLACKPINK leak also reignited an old cultural debate. Commentators pointed out that this isn't the first time a K-pop idol has used the slur in public. In hindsight, many fans recalled that a number of idols, even male soloists, have uttered the N-word on stage or in recordings, often during rap covers without much fuss. A Black American fan on X lamented, "As a Black woman, I feel very insulted," noting that idols frequently adopt Black hairstyles and slang with little understanding of the history. The Financial Express observed that K-pop industry continues to borrow themes from Black creatives without acknowledging their contributions, and that stars like BTS's V have infamously worn durags and braided looks in the past. Intriguingly, real-world collaborations gave the story extra twist. Just weeks earlier, Jennie had released a solo track featuring Childish Gambino, and Lisa's solo album included Doja Cat and Megan Thee Stallion. Now, fans saw a harsh irony. These same singers had worked with Black artists, only to be caught singing a racial slur themselves. Beyond BLACKPINK, leaks across K-pop. BLACKPINK was only the first act out of the bag. The YG leaker server was open about naming other targets. In the next days, clips and files related to many idol groups began floating around online. The leaked folder structure implied that SM, HYBE, Big Hit, JYP, Cube, Blockberry, RBW, and even smaller labels like WM and Starship were implicated. Sportskeeda reported unreleased songs, trainee videos, and other sensitive content were posted. For example, the leaker shared an alleged 2012 demo track by BTS from their pre-debut days that never made it to any album. They hinted at unreleased solos by BLACKPINK members, scrapped RM verses from BTS, and even raw dance practice sessions of rookie groups. While not everything was instantly verifiable, some items quickly circulated on social media. An unreleased demo titled Bad Boy by SM's boy band, NCT 127, was specifically named. Clips of trainee auditions showing young future idols doing covers without any censorship appeared for groups like New Jeans, Dior Creative, and Stray Kids, JYP. None of these leaks involved fan service or private life, just behind closed-door creative work. Given the users' claims, many suspected that vaults of unannounced music videos, lyric sheets, and concept art were also up for grabs. To give a sense of scale, independent trackers noted the Discord channel's folders reportedly held enormous amounts of data. One high school math meme in the server pointed out that 223 terabytes was claimed for JYP alone, enough to store 6.5 million high-def movies. By contrast, SM's share was around 34 terabytes and YG's about 95 terabytes. Even smaller labels had dozens of terabytes if you trust the leak list. The raw numbers became a meme themselves on fan forums, since one user noted 108 terabytes for Blockberry is crazy, when the only active group they had was Luna. Importantly, these leaked files were not limited to music or lyrics. The term personal content surfaced as well. According to reports, some confidential materials, private photos, chat logs, or audit records might have been included among the data dumps. For example, earlier this year, YG had taken police action after a private Jennie photo was circulated online, so fans feared similarly embarrassing personal shots could leak. However, in the first wave, the only clearly personal items were inside jokes from trainee sessions or candid dance room footage, not cell phone photos of idols. Nonetheless, YG Leaker's threat was clear. This was only the first round. They explicitly threatened to drop more leaks from other companies unless demands were met, though they never stated what demands or conditions would satisfy them. Fans and industry react. The controversy split K-pop fans and observers down the middle. One camp was shocked. Conservatives in the community insisted the idols themselves were culpable and should apologize. They argued that young stars on the global stage must know better, especially Jennie and Rosé, who spent childhood in Western countries. Others held YG partly to blame, saying the agency should have guarded against such raw footage going public by editing or proper training. On the opposite side, a vocal group of skeptics treated the whole affair like a wild conspiracy. They questioned how an ex-employee would retain millions of files, and why dump them on Discord instead of a news outlet. "It sounds like fan-made drama," quipped one tweet cited by Sportskita. Another warned followers to take whatever K-pop leaks get posted with a grain of salt, concerned that unverified claims would just incite infighting. Indeed, amid the outrage, there was also weariness. A chorus of fans posted, "Everybody's gonna eat it up and use it to start fan wars." A cynic on X grimly predicting no one would question even false data, since leaks always sell. Some industry watchers saw a silver lining. The leak kicked off overdue conversations. A Black fan commentator reminded everyone that this kind of cultural insensitivity was a pattern in K-pop. After years of debate over durags, blackface, and trap beats in idol music, many felt it was high time the global industry learned its lessons. A Teen Vogue editorial lamented how K-pop companies have long profited off Black culture, the repetitive incorporation of Black aesthetics, without educating artists, leaving fans of color hurt and ignored. This leak made that discussion unavoidable once again. Even Korean media weighed in. Some columnists bluntly asked whether K-pop firms are seriously incapable of cultural sensitivity training. While others urged fans to protest respectfully, they agreed idols owe the public a frank dialogue, at least some apology, about their language. On the other hand, many K-pop fans turned their ire toward the companies, not just the stars. The fact that such private recordings even existed without oversight appalled some. Could tight-lipped agencies be keeping even darker secrets? The YG leaker accusation of internal mobbing and sexism struck a chord with longtime critics of K-pop's pressure cooker environment. Comparisons circulated to other scandals. YG in the past had been sued by artists over mistreatment, and idol trainees have occasionally spoken out about burnout and abuse. Some fans tweeted demands that SM, JYP, and others now publicly commit to better labor standards and trainee care, wondering if Korea's recent reform movements around worker rights might finally extend to entertainment. No major agency has yet promised any specific changes. What have the companies said? Remarkably, the agencies themselves have been nearly silent. As of early April 2025, no official statement from YG, or from SM, HYBE, etc., addressed the leaks. YG Entertainment in particular was under pressure to comment, but has not addressed the claims as of writing, according to Koreaboo. Historically, YG has taken leaks very seriously. Back in October 2022, they publicly requested a police investigation after a private Jennie photo went viral. This time, however, they stayed mum. Similarly, none of the other companies publicly confirmed or denied anything. Even inside industry rumor circles, officials refused to engage. Without a response, fans filled the vacuum. Some urged YG and the others to shut down the leak by force of law, citing South Korea's strict copyright and privacy laws. Others speculated that YG had already quietly sent cease and desist letters and was biding time. A few news sites noted that this scandal was unfolding alongside a separate K-pop controversy, the Kim Soo-hyun press conference about a dating allegation, causing some to wonder if the timing was coordinated or just coincidental. In sum, beyond the ongoing noise online, the official industry response has been none. The silence itself has only heightened fans' sense of betrayal. Broader implications: culture, privacy, and reform. Whatever the truth of the leaks, the episode has deepened a set of unresolved tensions in K-pop's meteoric global rise. The allegations highlight the shadow side of idol manufacturing, from harsh training regimens to corporate secrecy. When an insider whispers that an agency is steeped in mobbing, racism, and sexism, listeners naturally recall other exposés of poor working conditions. Indeed, the mobbing claim refers to senior artists or managers bullying juniors, which has been alleged in various K-pop war rooms over the years. If some of the leaked content is real, it underscores how vulnerable trainees are. Their every practice move was on tape, just waiting to be leaked. The racial slur controversy also sharpened the spotlight on cultural insensitivity. K-pop's fusion of global styles has long been a double-edged sword. Idols wear durags or reggae hats, rap in English slang, and publicly admire Black artists, often without fully grasping the cultural baggage. Fans of color have repeatedly objected, asking, are these young Asian performers educated enough on America's racial history before singing these lyrics? This scandal forced that question back into the mainstream discourse. For example, a commentator in Teen Vogue noted that Black fans have long felt K-pop exploits Blackness while ignoring the people behind it. The joint fact of recent songs featuring US rap stars, Childish Gambino, Doja Cat, etc., and these leaked slur recordings laid bare an unsettling disconnect, fueling calls for agencies to prioritize cultural sensitivity training. Privacy concerns also loom large. Agencies pride themselves on controlling information flow for artists, but here we saw the opposite: private data being weaponized. Ironically, the companies have in recent years pursued legal crackdowns to protect idols, for example, suing fan sites for illicit photos. Yet this breach shows the companies themselves failed to secure the data under their care. Moving forward, executives may be forced to rethink how they vault unreleased songs and videos, and how they treat former employees who still hold company secrets. Some fans and observers have even speculated about business fallout. Will foreign promoters and partners view K-pop labels as risky? Already, after the leak, at least one music festival in Europe faced pressure to drop BLACKPINK from the lineup. They ultimately stayed on. Others wonder if this will make artists more cautious with their lyrics and choices, for fear of future leaks. Meanwhile, conceptually similar exposé accounts have popped up impersonating the YG leaker theme, indicating a fast-moving potential prankster trend. In the short term, agencies will likely double down on non-disclosure and cybersecurity, just as some in the industry started lobbying for tougher data security laws after a 2024 internal document leak at HYBE. In some ways, the YG leaker drama echoes past scandals. K-pop has seen leaks before, though rarely at this scale. For instance, in 2019, a hacker exposed unfinished BTS songs, and in 2022, dispatch-style paparazzi photos torched idols' privacy. More seriously, the industry has a history of internal whistleblowers revealing hidden abuse, the famous Young Jun-young sex video case, and multiple A&R managers leaking contract abuses. Each time, fans demanded accountability. The current saga, however, is unprecedented in breadth. It spans multiple companies and touches a broad social issue: racism. Looking back, agency heads and law enforcement will ask, how did this happen and can we prevent it? Some industry veterans are comparing the leak to data breaches in tech or finance, the kind that trigger official inquiries and new regulations. Already in February 2025, Korea's entertainment associations were quietly discussing legal measures to protect internal records. It remains to be seen if the YG leaker case will accelerate those reforms. What now? The future of K-pop in question. As the dust settles, unanswered questions swirl. Is Gurumi, YG leaker, a genuine ex-insider, or a talented hoaxer? Will YG and the other companies ever publicly vindicate or rebut any claims? Will BLACKPINK address the N-word clips directly, or will the public move on? And crucially, will this scandal force K-pop to change course on artist treatment and cultural awareness? Or will it be brushed aside like the latest tabloid stir? For many fans, the YG leaker saga has shattered the illusion that the idol world is pristine. Even as they stream BLACKPINK's next hits or pre-order the latest SM album, some will be warier of the machinery behind the music. In the long term, the incident may be a turning point. It has already fueled calls on social media and even some Korean press for greater transparency and stronger artist protections. Some industry watchers now wonder if this will prompt international scrutiny. K-pop's global success means Western labels and journalists may pressure Korean agencies to meet higher ethical standards. One thing is certain, the YG leaker episode has opened a Pandora's box under Korea's polished pop scene. The next weeks and months will tell if this becomes a catalyst for change or just another scandal in K-pop history. Until then, artists and fans alike will be asking the same uneasy questions. Who is behind the leaks, and what will they show us next? The answers could reshape K-pop's future in ways we cannot yet predict.